Option 18. A Jewish perspective on organ donation. Organ donation saves lives. In fact, many rabbis view it as the ultimate final mitzvah that a person may perform. It's the greatest chesed shel emet, a true act of kindness that can never be reciprocated. Yet many Jews are confused about Jewish attitudes towards posthumous organ donation. This is partly because it is rare. The option of organ donation only comes up in a very small percentage of deaths. Yet, when it is possible, one person can donate up to 8 life-saving organs. That's why it's so important to clarify the misconceptions. Let's try to demystify the issues. If I sign an organ donor card, I am bringing an ayin hara, an evil eye, upon me. Signing an organ donor card is no different than buying life insurance, writing a will, or purchasing a burial plot. These are mitzvot to protect you, your family, and your values. Organ donor registration ensures that you'll do the ultimate mitzvah of saving lives. If I donate my organs, I won't be included in the ultimate resurrection of the dead. There is no Jewish source for this myth. Consider people who have their foot amputated or their appendix removed, or more starkly, Holocaust victims cremated by the Nazis. Will they not be resurrected? The all-powerful God who can resurrect decomposed bodies will resurrect people with their necessary organs. Judaism asserts that every piece of the body should be buried, and that we don't desecrate or benefit from a corpse. If I donate my organs, I am violating those principles. Yes, Judaism believes in respecting the sanctity of a corpse, kavod hamet, but the biggest mitzvah is pikuach nefesh, saving a life, and that mitzvah supersedes other mitzvot. Organ retrieval surgery is also done in a dignified way that respects the sanctity of the body. Donating organs will delay burial, and it is important to bury a deceased person as soon as possible. Again, pikuach nefesh is the supreme mitzvah that supersedes the importance of burying the body as soon as possible. Also, organ retrieval surgeries typically take place within 12 to 24 hours after death, while families prepare for the funeral and shiva. Donating organs will make it impossible to perform the tahara washing ritual of the body. An organ donor can be buried in a Jewish cemetery with all traditional funeral and burial rituals, including tahara, just as we can perform tahara after car accidents and other tragedies. The only source of discussion is what Jewish law considers to be the criteria for death. Medical associations in countries around the world, including in Israel, have accepted the idea of brainstem death, or respiratory brain death. These terms mean that 1. The patient is totally unresponsive to their environment and any outside stimuli, and 2. They have been diagnosed with the irreversible cessation of spontaneous respiration. These 2 criteria are determined after a series of thorough tests on the brain and lungs. Unlike a coma, it is impossible to wake up from respiratory brain death, because the extensive damage is irreversible. The person is now legally dead. The heart, however, might still be beating if the body is connected to a ventilator that artificially oxygenates the lungs. Some rabbis think that a person is not yet dead if the heart is still beating, even through artificial ventilation. According to those rabbis, organ donation is only permissible after the heart stops beating, known as cardiac death. One can still donate heart valves and cornea at this stage. Occasionally, the liver and kidneys may also be successfully retrieved. New technologies continue to be developed that will make all types of organ donation possible even once the heart stops beating. Many rabbis around the world, led by Israel's chief rabbinate, accept respiratory brain death as the criteria for death. This follows the teaching of the Talmudic sages, who noted that God created Adam by blowing into his nostrils the breath of life. Respiration is the ultimate sign of life and death. Respiratory brain death criteria allows for the full range of organ donation opportunities, including the ability for one person to save up to 8 lives. This leads to the 6th myth, which is that Jews don't donate organs. In fact, every year, hundreds of Jews in Israel and around the world posthumously donate organs. Thousands of lives are saved. These Jews choose the option of organ donation for a number of reasons. 1. They see organ donation as a remarkable mitzvah that will serve as a zechut, a great merit for the deceased. The gift of life is an incredible legacy. 2, they wish to help prevent the unnecessary deaths of fellow members of society, in the giving spirit of solidarity and reciprocity. They hope that if the roles were reversed, someone else would donate a life-saving organ to them or their loved ones. And 3, it is a source of great pride and comfort for families to know that life came from the tragedy of their loved one's death. Light emerges from the darkness. So what should you do? Learn more about organ donation from local rabbis, teachers, and the Option 18 website at option18.org. Speak with your healthcare proxy and family about your preferences, and sign Ematai's Advanced Healthcare Directive or register as an organ donor to indicate your choice. Option 18. One person can save 8 lives. For urgent guidance about organ donation or brain death determination, call 646-599-3895.